Hello, and right now that we've designed a maze, now we want to code the maze into the SenseHat. And we're going to do this slightly different than we did before. We're going to make lists of lists. And there are other names for these, but we can stick with lists for lists right now. Uh, and what we're going to be doing is first we have to pick the colors, and I'm going to pick red, which is 255.0.0, and then I'm just going to hashtag and say red because R doesn't really describe that situation very well. And then we're going to do black. We could do B, or sometimes I've done E for empty. We're not going to have a lot of colors in this one, so this is going to work here, and we'll say black. Black just means we're not coloring it. All right, now we're going to have the same situation as before where we define our maze. And if we had multiple mazes, we could call it maze 1 and then maze 2 and so on. But maze is good for right now. Now, instead of just listing off all 64 pixels, we're going to do these by row. And this will help us access other parts of the board more easily later on in the game. So I'm just going to make a list within our list, and our top row is all red. I believe I have 8 there. Yes. And so I end the list with a bracket, and then I do a comma, and then I go to the next row. And now I make another list. First one's R, and then there's blue in the middle, and then an R at the end. End the list. And oops, we start up another list. And we keep going. Almost done here. 2 more. And our final one. It's the easiest one because we just have red across. Now we're going to need 2 brackets to close that off, to close off the list on the bottom row, and then the full list for the whole maze. Now, since we're using a list of lists, we can't just say sense.set pixels. We have to say sense.set pixels, and then we have to say sum of maze, and then open and close brackets. And a couple parentheses in there, and now when we run this, assuming that we don't make an error, but we did make an error. Oh, I said pixel, and this was supposed to be pixels. Now let's run it. There it is. And there is the graph of what we have. And it should be said again that I'm using an emulator, EMU. If you're using actual SenseHat, which you should be, this should be sense_hat.